You see, every dream that you've ever had, it's all uphill. If you have a great relationship with somebody, you had to work on it. It's uphill. If you've made the right decisions, they're not easy, are they? It's uphill.
It's 44 degrees and it's nice and rainy outside. But no one cares about that. It's not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life is always giving you a test. Trying to give you a way out. Trying to give you an excuse not to show up. This is my excuse today.
People are terrified to try something new. They're terrified to try something different. Why is that though? What are we truly afraid of? After all, risk truly is the currency of any sort of transformation.
I'm going to have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action. Because nothing changes if nothing changes, man.
You gotta have the mentality to show up every fucking day of your life. No matter what life throws at you. I don't care what you're going through, what life's throwing at you. It's your responsibility to find your new 100%.
Everything worthwhile is uphill.
Every day we change the world, but to change the world in a way that means anything, that takes more time than most people have. It never happens all at once. It's slow, it's methodical, it's exhausting. We don't all have the stomach for it.
I've spent a lot of time in my life sitting around wanting things to change and not being able to make them change and not thinking I could. And I wish somebody had told me that earlier sometimes. In order for something to change, there needs to be change.
The other day, I came across this quote: "The cave you try and avoid often holds the treasure you want most." And it really had me thinking of this whole concept of no risk, no story. Risk sounds so terrifying because it is uncertainty. I don't know if I can. Try. That's the only way risk is mitigated is through one word: action. Small, consistent actions over time lead to big wins. Maybe you understand what it's like to want to completely change your life, but not completely change your habits, and not completely change what you're comfortable with, and honestly, not really change anything. You just want everything to change. And unfortunately, that's not how life works. People are terrified to try something new. They're terrified to try something different. Why is that though? What are we truly afraid of? After all, risk truly is the currency of any sort of transformation. When it comes to creating a story worth telling, a life worth living, or a life worth telling a story about, whether that's to your kids or people or a book, or not everything has to be this grandiose idea of, oh my God, I want my story to be Marcus Aurelius. I want my story to be Spartan or Steve Jobs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a life that you're proud of, a life that you want to live, a story that you want to write or you want to leave behind. Risk is so often defined as a situation that puts you in danger or harm's way. Other definitions use words like chance, possibility, or the big one, uncertainty. Uncertainty is probably the biggest dream killer of all, though, because we cling to certainty, we cling to familiarity, and by clinging to familiarity, you never become who you actually could be. You just always remain a carbon copy of who you have been. But we don't even need to focus on big wins right now. Right now, we're trying to rewrite the story. And if we want to rewrite the story, it starts with stopping the parts of yourself, your habits, that are contributing to a story you no longer want to tell. We have to stop lying to ourselves and saying, this is who I am. No, that's who you have been, but it's not who you have to continue to be. At any moment, you can change that. Not all at once, but the compound effect or the small residual effect of tiny choices lead to better choices and better outcomes inevitably. Not immediately, but inevitably. Courage isn't this, I feel confident and happy in the face of scary things. No. That's not courage. And I think we have that all wrong. Courage is the willingness to be afraid, but try anyways. That's how you get through risk. That's how you get to the good story, to the heart of what you want life to be. Maybe you won't always succeed, but you'll prove to yourself that you have the ability to get up and try again, that you have the ability to take the first step. Any distance worth traveling involves a first step. Yet the majority of people never take that first step. What story are you telling yourself that's stopping you from telling a story that's worth listening to? Are you telling yourself that you can't possibly change the way things are? Are you telling yourself this is just who I am? Maybe you're listening right now and you hear, I'm just not that kind of person. I'm just not a morning person. I'm just not a gym person. I'm just not a person who gets a successful business. I'm sorry, but that's not true. It's not that you're not a morning person, you just have a habit of staying up late and not waking up early. It's not that you're not a gym person, you just have a habit of not going to the gym. People aren't born morning people or born gym people or born business people, and I'm sure some people will argue that. But I wasn't born as a gym person. If anything, I was born with a disability. That's it. That's all I got. I just have a habit of going to the gym. And if you have a habit of not going to the gym or a habit of not waking up early, it's not that that's not who you are. It's just those are the habits you're choosing to make or not make right now. And you can reinvent yourself at any time. You can completely change the story by choosing to change the habit. If you really want to remove risk and create a better story, I'm sorry, you can't. But what you can do is have confidence in your ability to take that step, to take that leap of faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your ability to overcome and be resilient and reinvent yourself at any part, any stage of your life, regardless of where you are. It really is true. No risk, no story. You have a story to be told. It's just time to take the risk now. The cave you're avoiding often holds the treasure you seek most.